Charlie Porter, and I'm a local real estate agent here in the Central Florida area. And I am so excited to bring you guys this channel and bring you guys these wonderful videos that I pretty much have been preparing for the longest. I am so glad you guys have started with me already and showing me support if you've been watching the video thus far already. I want these videos to be pretty much laid back, having fun, gaining some knowledge, enjoying your time while you're at the house. You can actually watch these videos while you're on the way to work, to and from work. You can actually watch it on the way to the grocery store, on the way to the gym, showing it to your friends and your family. And you can always look back on these particular videos too as well whenever you're ready and they're ready to get started. If you always want to come back and look at it and say, hey, let me refresh my memory on something that he was talking about beforehand, because I want to give you guys all the value that I've learned so far in my real estate journey, in my life and everything like that. So I know the main things about this is going to be about real estate and everything like that, but I want to also bring you some personal growth information, some motivation, inspire some others to start chasing their dreams and doing whatever that they have going on. I know we're pretty much busy and everything like that in the trying times at the end here of 2020, but I want to make sure I bring some value to the table and to the game for you to actually get started on what you have going on, and then give you some tips and some knowledge and things like that that I have going on that I know can help you in the future too as well. So I know I'm going to keep a lot of these videos short as much as I can, because I know we're all busy. I know you guys are probably already doing something that you want to do right now. So I even appreciate you even supporting me and actually watching this video already. And in the house with Charlie, I definitely even appreciate it. So let's go ahead and pretty much get started. Like I say, thank you for even watching thus far, and then let's go ahead and get started. So this first video pretty much is going to be about what is the process of actually buying a home in your local real estate market, okay? So I'm so excited to bring you this video because I get this question a lot. Charlie, what do I really need to actually start buying a home? You know, I see everybody there on Zillow, doing all of this on realtor.com. You know, my friend just bought a house and everything like that. I want to do the same thing that they're doing, right? And trust me, I know you got that feeling. You already pumped up because you've been watching this video right now. But what I want to do is go ahead and give you some tips and tricks that you can already have in place and already get some things in motion and build those good habits where you can actually be that person and at the closing table actually buying your home whenever you're ready and that time is near. So like I said, you can always come back and watch this video, show this video to your friends whenever you're ready to do it. And if you're not ready right now, just watch the video and I promise you'll gain everything that you need to as well, okay? So let's go ahead and get started here. So there's 5 things that you're actually going to need for you to get started with actually buying a home, okay? So the main thing that you're going to actually need is a pre-approval letter from a lender, right? Okay, so with that pre-approval letter, and that's what those 5 things pretty much entail that I'm pretty much going to go over, and I'm going to give you some detail about those 5 too as well. That pre-approval letter is a document from a lender stating that the lender is tentatively willing to lend you this particular amount for you buying a particular home, right? So you want to have this information already ready to go, because you don't want to be looking at a $500,000 home when you can really only get a $200,000 home for yourself, right? So you just want to make sure that you have all of your eggs in a row, right? And understanding what I can get and what I can't get. And don't look at it as a bad thing, because it's better, I promise you. When you're going out looking with your realtor and everything like that, I promise you it's going to be so much better when you know what you can actually get. You can actually look at those houses and say, hey, I really like this one. Let's go ahead and put in an offer on that one, okay? So I just want to make sure I give you that value now so you can already have that ready. And then whenever you're ready to get started, you can go ahead and do what you need to do, right? And then again, most realtors may not even work with you even as well until you have this information ready, because guess what? They need this information to even go to their seller and say, that seller agent, and say, hey, I have this offer. This is what we can actually do for funding purposes here. And then, you know, let's go ahead and get the closing table, get these contracts signed and do what we need to do, okay? So let's go over those 5 things, right? So number 1 is proof of income, right? So you need proof of income. This is what the lender is actually going to look at for you, and it kind of goes in order too as well with these 5 things. They're going to look at your W-2 tax returns, your federal tax returns, right? You're going to want to need at least 2 years of tax information so that lender has enough information for you to actually determine are you an asset or a liability to them to pay this particular mortgage, okay? Now, They're going to, if you just change jobs, they may contact your previous employer to kind of see, make sure that all of this information is accurate. And they may even contact your current one too as well, depending on how long you've even been at that particular job. So that's just something that they do to, make sure everything is good to go, okay? So that's pretty much the same minimal things for the first one. Now, let's go ahead and go into number 2. Number 2 is going to be your employment verification. So again, they're looking at what your employer information has going on, and then they're going to look at your pay stub. They're going to look at your bank account, your bank statements, and everything like that, right? So I know a lot of people are on the entrepreneur wave too as well. So it's a little bit easier for someone who just has a regular job, a 9 to 5 that they have. So you just have that information. The lender just takes a look at that, okay? Now, for my entrepreneurs, I know a lot of you guys are out there doing your thing. Congratulations, and I'm happy for you already, okay? So you're doing that. They're going to want to look at your business, right? And they're going to look at a couple things for you. They're going to look at your business income, the nature of that particular business, and where is it actually located? What is that product or service that you're actually providing? And then is that service in high demand, right? So they need to know, hey, are you actually bringing something in, or you just have your LLC going, just holding it there and holding that particular name? This is just information that they need to know, so they know how much they can actually approve you for in that pre-approval letter that we were just talking about, right? Okay, so they just need to know if you're particularly profitable. Now, if you don't have 2 years, that's fine. Now, let's just say you're a great business, right? And let's just say you're Amazon, right? Okay, in that first year and your growth is really where it needs to be, they may not need 2 years of tax returns, but more than likely you're going to need that information to even get the loan. And they will let you know that, right? So that's why it's good to have different lenders, different options, and everything like that. So if you're already working with a realtor, that realtor should actually be giving you some tips on different lenders that they may already be using, or different options that you can go with the lender. Always have options when it comes to these lenders, okay? The reason I say that is because this is for you, your spouse, your husband, your wife, your children, anything that you have going on, your significant other. This is all for you. This is not for the realtor. This is not for that seller that's selling that particular house that you're even trying to buy. This is for you because your name is going to be on that paperwork, and you're going to want to be able to actually pay that particular mortgage on time in the near future, and in the future down the road a couple years too as well, because a lot of times those mortgages are a little bit longer than a couple years. And then most people are leasing apartments and stuff like that. This is an actual home, and you're actually working with a bank, and they're going to want to make sure that you have everything in place to actually pay back that information, okay? So now let's go ahead and jump into this next section here. That's going to be number 3. Number 3 is going to be a good credit score, okay? So you need pretty much good credit score for almost anything in life. So just go ahead and start building those good habits anyway to have that credit score information that you need, right? So I'm going to look at it from, you are applying for an FHA conventional loan, all right? And I'll probably make a video about FHA loans a little bit more in detail, but I'll give you the gist of what they're looking for in their particular guidelines, okay? In an FHA loan, you're going to need at least a 580 credit score, okay? You're going to need at least a 580 credit score, at least a minimum of 3.5% down payment, and then a 43% or below debt to income ratio. Now, all of these guidelines are at the time that I'm making this particular video, so they could have changed by the time you're even watching this. So just make sure you're up to date on those particular guidelines, and your realtor will actually give you that information too as well. Whoever that you're working with, even if you're going directly to a lender, they will give you that information too as well. So don't worry about that. Just make sure you have that up-to-date information. Now, let's just say if you do have a below 580 credit score, you can actually still work out some things with particular lenders. That's why it's good to have options. But if you're at a 500 to a 579 credit score, you're going to need to have at least 10% down payment regardless, right? You're going to need that. There's really no way to kind of really work around that. Again, it's based on your market, based on the lender that you're working with and everything like that. But you're going to want to have that information for you, so you can know exactly what you're going for and what you have. And like I said, have options based on your market and a lot of different factors that can go into place about that too as well. So just make sure you have all of that in place, right? And then at 43% debt to income ratio, I'm going to actually get into that on this next one here, and then give you some more information about what that pretty much entails, right? So that was 3 things. Now, let's go ahead and go into number 4. Number 4 here is proof of assets, okay? So this is where the lender, again, is going to look at your bank statements. They're going to look at your investment accounts, if you have any offshore accounts, if you have any business accounts for, your business that you're doing, especially for my entrepreneurs out there, okay? So this part is where they're going to say, hey, what is your down payment amount that you can actually pay? That's going to start to come into play too as well when it comes to them actually looking at, is this person an asset or a liability to me actually giving them this particular loan, okay? So let's jump to what a debt to income ratio really is. Debt to income ratio is your total monthly debt divided by your gross monthly income. I'm going to say that again. Your total monthly debt divided by your gross monthly income, okay? So a couple things that's based on that, right? It's based on your FICO credit score, what I just talked about before. Make sure you build those good habits so you have a higher credit score, so they actually, give you a higher loan amount, and that helps you with your interest rate when you're actually paying that monthly amount for your actual mortgage, okay? So you just want to make sure you have all of that information in a row, okay? Now, let's go to, you need at least 20% down to make that lender comfortable for you to actually even get that particular loan. Again, FHA loan, conventional loan, is at least minimum 3.5%. Again, it's based on your market and a lot of different things. But guess what? If your credit is a little bit lower, right, but I can pay a 25% down payment, think of how much better you look for that particular lender. And they say, hey, you know what, we can actually work with this person. We understand that the credit score may be a little bit lower. You may not be as low as a 580, but you may be at a 600. Let's go 610, right? But you can put down a 25 to 30% down payment. You just look so much better in their eyes as an asset, and everything that you have going on with your good job and your good income monthly. You'll be fine. I promise you. Just understand. Just build those good habits now. And if you're not ready now, go ahead and start building those habits. Like I said, 3 to 6 months down the road, I promise you, you will want to be in a good place when you actually buy that home. So when you're actually kicking back, you're watching Netflix, you're watching the basketball game, you're hanging out with your friends, you're having game night at your house. You don't want to be worried about you having to pay that mortgage at the beginning of that next month. You want to make sure that you're in a comfortable spot, so whenever that time is there, you are good and ready to go, okay? So let's go ahead and keep going with this debt to income ratio, right? So let's just look at your particular debt, and all of this is going to be monthly. Let's say you have a credit card, a car loan, student loans, and those are your main 3 things. Now, what a lender is going to do is wrap in that mortgage for that monthly amount. They're going to wrap that into that to see what is your real debt to income ratio, because they need to know if you can actually pay that particular mortgage every single month, right? Okay, so then let's just say your credit card is $1,000, your car loan is $500, your student loans is $200, and then you got a great mortgage at $800, okay? So you're paying $800 a month for that particular mortgage. They're going to put that in there. So let's add all of those up together that you have there. That's $2,500, okay? That's your total monthly debt for that particular time frame, right? So then now let's look at your gross income. Let's say that you have a good job, right? And you're getting paid at least $8,000 a month, okay? So then they're going to take that monthly total debt, and then they're going to divide that by your gross monthly income. And then now you have $2,500 divided by 8,000. And if that's divided by 8,000, you're at a 31% debt to income ratio, which is lower than the FHA asking amount, right? That's way lower than the FHA asking amount. So that just makes you look better in that particular lender's eyes, and you're good to go, right? I promise you, if you have the lower you have that, the better off you'll be. Now, again, we live in a time where a lot of debt does come up. Of course, we all have bills. I'm not saying that you should cut out that Netflix bill that you already have, but let's just monitor what you have going on, and then build those good habits that you'll actually need. So when you're actually ready to buy that home, then you maybe can add that couple debt here or there later down the road when you're finally established and you have everything that you need in place. And you're probably making more money, guys. I know you're probably making more money. I know you. You're an entrepreneur. I know you. Okay? I just want to make sure you're good to go when you're buying this particular home. Okay? So that's number 4. Now, the last thing is pretty much pretty basic things, other documentation that you're going to need, just your social security number, your driver's license, your full credit report. They're probably already going to have that anyway because you were already given that information beforehand too as well, right? So that's just the basic information that you're going to want to have, okay? So let's go over those 5 things that you need to have again for that to get that pre-approval letter from a particular lender. Number 1 is going to be your proof of income. Number 2 is going to be your employment verification. Number 3 is going to be a good credit score. Number 4 is going to be your proof of assets. And number 5, just some basic information, your other documentation, okay? So I appreciate you guys even going this far and actually listening to this video. And actually, I hope I gave you as much knowledge and game that I could for buying a particular home. I'm so glad I'm able to give you this from my heart and everything like that. So I'm going to make more videos like this. So you guys go ahead, and I appreciate again for the support. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe this video. Go ahead and save this to your playlist, save it to your watch later so you can share it with your friends and you can actually watch it later when you're ready to actually buy a home. If you're not ready to buy a home right now, go ahead and get started and build those habits right now. I promise you, you will be in a better place and you're going to get that luxury home that you want whenever you're ready to get started, okay? I promise you, I promise you, I promise you, you're going to want to get all of this together now and you'll be better off, okay? So make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Like I said again, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. Follow me at realestate.charlie. And on Instagram, follow me on Facebook at Charlie P Real Estate. And also, you can go ahead and send me an email at charlieprealestate@gmail.com. And go ahead and drop what you like about this video, any questions you have about this video that's still looming, or any suggestions that you have about a video that you think that you were searching and someone was giving you information and you weren't really too good and understanding what they were talking about, okay? And now I'll go ahead and probably make a video or just reach out to you directly and give you all the value that I can to you, okay? So just make sure you like, comment, subscribe on this video. I definitely appreciate you guys even supporting me thus far. I promise you more videos are going to be on the way. We're going to sit back and we're going to have fun, and I promise you, you're going to be sitting on that property that you love, and it's going to be a fun time, okay? Appreciate you guys even hanging out with me tonight, and go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Peace.